One of the most asked questions I've been getting a lot lately is which beach tent is the best? Is it the Pacific Breeze XL or the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader Deluxe XL? To answer this question, I'll be putting both of these beach shelters to the test, so you and I can see which one of these half-dome beach tents is the true king of the beach. Plus, I'll even throw in a hack or two, which you're gonna want to do before you hit the beach. And if you like review videos like this one, please let me know by hitting that like button. Now, considering I can fit most of the Pacific Breeze XL right inside the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader, there's no question about which beach tent is the biggest. The measurements I got for the Instant Shader were 103 inches across in the front, 54 inches from front to back, a peak height of 56 inches, and 72 inches across in the back. I could easily fit 3 family members on beach chairs inside the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader, and they all seem pretty content, despite the fact I have them facing into the sun so you and I can get a look inside. The Pacific Breeze XL beach tent is 92 inches across in the front. It's perfect for 2 adults on beach chairs, but it did get a bit snug when I added a 3rd adult. Now, both of these beach tents take less than a minute to set up, which is nice. The Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader has 4 legs connecting to the center hub, and each leg has 2 joints. After you open up the beach shade and spread it out, you'll need to lock the bottom joint on each of the 4 legs. Then stand behind the beach tent, lift up the hub so it's upright, grab onto the 2 cords right here, and then lift them up and away from each other until the hub connects. Now, because this is a big half-dome beach tent, the hub is pretty darn high. To give you some scale here, I'm 6'5" with a pretty long wingspan. So if you're not on the taller side, you may initially find it awkward to set up. I've seen a video with someone pulling the 2 cords with one hand while holding onto the hub with the other hand, and I've seen another video with someone connecting the hub from the front of the tent. So, as far as I can tell, whichever way you can connect the hub that's comfortable for you is okay, and practice makes perfect. Now, the Pacific Breeze XL also has 4 legs. The 2 legs in the front have 2 joints, and the 2 legs in the back each have 1 joint. When you spread out the beach tent, you'll need to lock the 2 bottom joints in the front, marked with these tabs. Then, just like the Instant Shader, lift the cords up and away from each other until the hub connects. The Pacific Breeze XL hub isn't as high as the Easthills Outdoors hub, and Dave, who was 5'10", had a pretty easy time setting it up right off the bat. Both of these beach tents have stakes and sand pockets. I like these Velcro anchor pockets on the Instant Shader because they make dumping out the sand easy work. The Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader also has guy lines, which you'll definitely need if it's breezy. One day I tried to set up my first Instant Shader when the wind was blowing between 13 and 18 miles per hour. I know, it doesn't look pretty. The legs and the joints did have some difficulties battling against the wind. Even with the guy lines, this beach tent was having a rough day. It actually got so bad that a section of one of the front legs split on me. Then when the wind started to pick up to around 20 miles per hour, I decided to throw in the towel and pack it up. The good news is that Dave and I fixed up the split leg with some duct tape, and I could use this beach shelter on another day. I wanted to give the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader Deluxe XL one more shot when the winds weren't as ferocious. And I'm glad I did, because this time it worked out. I'd be playing Bob Seger's Against the Wind right now, if I could, without getting a copyright strike. Now, the Pacific Breeze XL has shorter legs and beefier joints, and I had an easier time setting it up in the wind. Well, it wasn't much easier. I first tried to set it up so one of the sides would face into the wind, and as you can see, that really didn't pan out. So I changed my strategy and set it up so the back would face the wind. Just so you know, no one is sponsoring this review video. I bought all of these beach tents in this video with my own money. So thanks again for hitting that like button, and make sure you subscribe to my Beach Gear Guy channel so you don't miss out on future review videos. Now, I needed guy lines to keep the back from collapsing, but Pacific Breeze doesn't provide them with this beach tent. So I used a few I grabbed from another beach tent, and I'm happy to say it worked out. I set up the Pacific Breeze XL another time when the wind was blowing between 12 and 15 miles per hour, with the front of the beach tent facing directly into the wind, and I didn't need to use the guy lines. Okay, so let's say you bring one of these beach tents to the beach, and there's no wind. Does the inside of these beach tents get stuffy? Compared to a beach umbrella or a canopy beach tent, they can get a little warm inside on a hot summer day, even with the window shades rolled up or rolled down. When the sun is beating down on these two beach tents, I found it does feel cooler inside the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader. Both manufacturers claim that their beach tents provide UPF 50+ sun protection. Now, I have no way of measuring the ultraviolet protection factor of these beach tents, but considering I can't see the sun through the dark shelter coating, I would say the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader provides more protection from the sun. Although the black coating does make it look less beachy and more cave-like. Oh, and just so you know, there is a California Proposition cancer warning on the Easthills Outdoors instructions. Now, these beach tents fared the same when I gave them my backyard water resistance test. The water couldn't penetrate through the polyester material, which is good, but it did manage to get through the mesh windows, forming little puddles on the floor. Speaking of the floors, they're both made of a polyester tarp-like material, and I'm sure you've noticed that they both have an extended floor. The Pacific Breeze XL floor can be hooked up to the front of the beach tent and double as a door, and the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader floor can be zipped up to create a door that eliminates any possible peeking from a nosy passerby. This, of course, is an excellent feature if someone is looking for a little bit of privacy at the beach. The Instant Shader floor and the front porch are permanently attached, but the Pacific Breeze XL extendable floor is detachable. The zipper attaching the extendable floor to my first Pacific Breeze beach tent got so corroded that it was impossible to zip it together. So I bought another Pacific Breeze XL beach tent for $100 and applied this boat zipper lube that I bought on Amazon for $13. Yes, I did buy another Pacific Breeze XL beach tent so I could make this review video for you. So thanks again for subscribing and hitting that like button. Anyway, so far, the zipper lube has worked well, and I was happy to discover that the sand doesn't stick to it. Now, breaking down these two beach tents is pretty easy. To collapse the frame, you'll need to separate the hub. To do this, just grab onto the two rods on the left and right side and push them down. Then fold in the outer joints, lift them to the center, and then roll up the beach tent until it's tight enough to fit into the carrying bag. Both of these beach tents weigh about the same. Well, the Instant Shader does weigh a little bit more, and the carrying bags are about 41 inches long. So they're both pretty portable. Now, my top pick between these two beach tents is the Easthills Outdoors Instant Shader Deluxe XL because it's roomier and it feels cooler inside on a hot summer day. I'm just not gonna bring it to the beach on a breezy day. If you are looking for a beach shelter that can take on some wind, watch this video. And until next time, I hope you take it easy at the beach.